Hello, on behalf of the International Association of Operative Millers, my name is Dr. Jeff Wertz, and I'm here today to visit with you about an iron spot test to look at the presence of iron in flour. The procedure we're going to use today is based off the AACC method 40-40. The AACC methods of analysis are developed by the Cereals and Grains Association. They work together with the ICC and harmonize their grain-based methods that are important internationally. These approved methods are used around the world, including Europe, South America, the Pacific Rim, Middle East, North America, in addition to other locations. The AACC technical committees are represented by people from all of these regions. Today, the test is going to focus on and applicable to iron fortified wheat flour and maize flour. The materials for the iron spot test include potassium thiocyanate, 2 normal hydrochloric acid, and 3% hydrogen peroxide. Typically, the reagents are blended together so that the potassium thiocyanate is blended in a 10% solution, and it is combined in a 50-50 blend with 2 normal hydrochloric acid to generate the first reagent. This is typically done each morning or prior to the test so that the reagent remains fresh. The final reagent, the 3% hydrogen peroxide, does not require any blending. This test is very easy to run. It does not require that you measure any particular amount of flour to complete the test. I'm just going to use a spoonful of each flour. The first flour that I placed on the paper was enriched flour. The second flour that I'm going to place on this paper is the unenriched flour. And I'm going to slick those. Some people will choose to make an indent with a spoon. I prefer to slick it, and I'm going to slope that down a little bit towards the edge of the table. I'm going to use a separate flour slick so I don't get the materials mixed up. That's all there is to the sample preparation. I have blended together a 50% solution of the potassium thiocyanate and the 2 normal hydrochloric acids so that I can add those materials in one step. And I put about 7 drops, something less than 2 mils will work. And you'll notice the liquid tends to slide down. This is why I put a little bit of slope on the flour stream. You can also let it pool. And then I'm going to follow with about 2 to 3 drops of my 3% hydrogen peroxide. Now we let the sample set for about 10 minutes and we watch, and you can already see the formation of red spots. And we'll come back in a moment and take a look at some examples of the final product. After time has passed, there's a chemical reaction with the iron that generates the red spots that you see here. This is the flour sample that was enriched. This is the flour sample that was not enriched from a commercial milling operation. Sometimes it will be of value, perhaps, and perhaps you want to do this all the time. If you make known concentrations of the iron fortification in the flour, so that here's our standard, this was overtreated, and of course this was undertreated, you have some way to bracket in quantitatively whether or not you're approaching the correct addition of enrichment into the flour. So there are some options. Now, these reactions have occurred with reduced iron. If the reaction recurs with ferrous sulfate, the spots will be a little bit bigger and they will develop much more quickly than what we saw with the reduced iron. But we gave this about 5 or 10 minutes. So there are advantages and disadvantages. I've even known some people to add the potassium thiocyanate individually from the hydrochloric acid, which makes it a multiple step process when you're actually treating the sample, and then they add the 3% hydrogen peroxide. So this is a way that you can certainly tell that enrichment has been added to the flower, and you can understand that if you set up some standards, you could find that the standards lies between, a low level of treatment and excessive level of treatment. This happens to be target in this particular analysis. So you can see the difference and gives you some guidance to the quantity of iron that's been added to the flower. I hope you find this demonstration helpful. Certainly, if you have questions, be sure to ask and follow up. Thank you.